We start out tonight with a shakeup at an iconic American company. The CEO of Ford is out. Mark Fields is being replaced by a former office furniture executive known for his ability to turn companies around. As we've been reporting, pressure was mounting at the automaker to reverse the floundering stock price and to better compete against General Motors and Tesla in developing the next generation of electric and self-driving cars. The news sent shares of Ford accelerating, rising more than 2% in trading today. Phil LeBeau has more on the surprising change and the future of Ford.
With Ford shares hanging close to a 5-year low, Bill Ford and the automaker's board of directors made a dramatic shift, ousting Mark Fields less than 3 years after he became CEO.
We need to be quicker in our decision making. We need to have clarity in our messaging and in our communication. And that's something, and we also need a leader who's transformed a company before.
The new CEO is Jim Hackett, 62 years old. While his time at Ford as a director and most recently running the company's mobility division has been limited, Hackett has seen enough to know the automaker needs a fresh approach, one that echoes the winning formula of former CEO Alan Mulally.
In Alan's era, he did this really special thing to get the company to be a community again with this structure that he created in the One Ford strategy. It worked really well. And in fact, we're going to use parts of it in the way that we monitor our success.
Ford is not a lost cause. It's still on track for one of its most profitable years ever, but it won't be as profitable as General Motors. Meanwhile, upstarts like Tesla and Waymo are well ahead of Ford developing future technologies like self-driving cars. But the biggest challenge facing Jim Hackett will be changing the culture of a company more than 100 years old.
He needs to hit the ground running and be that person that makes people want to come to work in the morning. And that's really hard to do when you're dealing with a company as old and entrenched, potentially, as Dearborn really has shown itself to be.
The initial reaction of Wall Street to Jim Hackett is to give him the benefit of the doubt. He could revive shares of Ford, but until he lays out his game plan, few expect Ford shares to move dramatically higher. Phil LeBeau, Nightly Business Report, Chicago.